Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maureen and today we're just going to be chit-chatting and yapping about everyone's favorite topic, dating. So I'm 31, I'll be 32 real shortly. I have now been single for 2 years and yeah, actually 2.5 years I've been single now. My last relationship ended in 2022. I have dated someone real briefly last year for a short stint of time, which went okay until, I discovered he was a liar. What's new though? It's so unsurprising these days. Now I'm just out here being a single gal, doing my single things by myself. After I dated him, I kind of have just not dated anyone, honestly. I've gone on only one more date since then. My last date was in October of last year. It was a Halloween weekend and he was nice, he was cute. I actually met him out and about. But on that date I discovered that he had 2 children and I think they were 5 and under. I don't know, they were young. Maybe one was 8 and one was 3. I don't even remember. Nevertheless, I don't date men with children, so I knew that was not gonna go anywhere and it didn't go anywhere. And since then I haven't been on a date, I haven't met anyone. I've been approached, but nothing has materialized. I haven't been approached by the right guys. There we go. So let's talk about the men. The men, I feel like at this point in my life are in a few different categories. Either one, they're already settled down and married, started families already, or they're in serious long-term relationships or just in relationships, period. Or on another side, they're the men who are still partying and still running amok and playing their games and not interested in having a serious monogamous relationship. And then there's the third group of men, which is the men that I seem to not run into, and that's the men, they are ready for a relationship because I'm sure they're out there, but they're just hard to spot. We just keep missing each other. We're like this. So I decided to delete my dating apps. I deleted my dating app last year. This was I think last summer is when I deleted my dating apps. I did some reflecting and I discovered, or I came to the realization that I really only have downloaded dating apps when I've been bored. The very first time I downloaded a dating app, which was Tinder, and this was way back in 2018. That was the first time I downloaded a dating app. It was because I was bored, because I was at home. I had just quit my job that I hated and moved back in with my parents, and my friend was always like, you should download a dating app, you should go out and date, you don't do anything, you're just always at the house. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, true. So I was just at home one night. It was in the fall. It was a rainy, chilly night, and I was laying in bed, and I remember I'm like, okay, let me download this dating app because I'm so bored and I need to get out the house. She's right, I should go do something. And that's when I downloaded a dating app. The guy I was dating last year, I met him on a dating app. I had downloaded that dating app again because I was bored. I was laying in bed and I was like, I'm so bored, I want to go out, it's such a nice day. The people I hang out with, I can't hang out with them every weekend, so I need things to fill my time. I downloaded the dating app because I was bored. Every single time I've been bored. After dating that guy from last year, I just deleted the app. I was like, I'm not that bored in my life. I really want to meet someone organically in a genuine way. I just want it to be a natural connection, and not have to sit on your phone and just swipe. Dating apps to me are so inorganic and everybody's just putting on a show, and It's like you're auditioning yourself to be picked. I don't have to audition myself. Why am I auditioning myself to be picked and to be swiped on? And you can put so much time and energy and effort into working on things that will fulfill your life and make your life as a whole better than just sitting in your room, sitting in a bed and just swiping on a dating app. So I deleted the dating apps. I'm just not interested in spending time swiping on an app anymore. I would want to meet someone organically. So that has actually made it harder to meet people, of course, because one, I don't really go out that much. Dating when you don't really leave the house is kind of difficult. I don't have a bustling, super busy social life. I don't even have that many friends. So a lot of the times I do things by myself, which I'm okay with doing things by myself, but I think because I don't have that busy of a social life, then I end up just not going to a lot of like events, or there's not a lot of parties I'm going to, there's not a lot of gatherings that I'm going to, because I just do the random regular things. Like I'll go to the grocery store, or I'll go eat by myself. Like I'm always going to restaurants and I go sit at the bar, but nobody ever is there, nobody approaches me, or you know, things like that. So I just have yet to meet anybody just from going out and about by myself. Also, it's winter time, it's really cold, so I think that once the weather warms up more and I go out even more, then I'll have a higher chance of meeting somebody. So I'm just kind of continuing to do things by myself and put my focus and energy to myself. I have totally like decentered dating. It's something that I like, you know, I reminisce sometimes. I'm like, oh, I love date nights. Like that's one thing I like about, like I love about being in a relationship and just having someone you're dating is the date nights. I love date nights. I love getting cute and dressed up and then just going out and being a passenger princess and not having to worry about anything and just having a nice night and just having somebody to like randomly text and call throughout the day. Those are some of the things that I miss about being in a relationship and just dating. But if I'm gonna do it, it gotta be right. Another thing that makes dating, I think, a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. I don't want to use the word date difficult. I think what another thing that makes dating more challenging is I have high standards. I know exactly what I want when it comes to dating. I know exactly what I don't want. I know what I need in a relationship from my significant other. I know what I am willing to give and what works for me and what doesn't work for me. And so I have certain expectations that some people just can't meet. Like not everyone can meet those expectations, and that's totally fine. If you can't meet the expectation, it just means we're not compatible and you're not for me and I'm not for you. And being at a certain age, you know, a lot of men, especially single men, you know, they have kids at this point in their life. I don't date men with children. I'm still gonna stand by that. I don't have kids. I don't want to date men with kids, and that's one of my deal breakers. Is a no for me. If I want to go hang out with some kids, I'll go hang out with my nieces and my nephew. I'm not hanging out with your kid from some other woman. No, thank you. I'm not picky. I just have high expectations and high standards, and I'm not going to compromise on my list of standards just to have a companion. Another factor is just like I don't care enough. I always say I'm not actively dating, which means I'm not out here going to places and getting on apps and on websites with the purpose and the hope of meeting somebody to date. I'm just out here. If I meet someone and I'm interested, yeah, I'll go on a date with you. But I'm not actively dating people. Like, I'm not putting myself in situations with the intent to date people. I also am secure within myself. I don't need validation from a man. I'm not insecure about not having a man. There are a lot of women who settle down or choose a man or choose to be with a man because they just don't like being by themselves and they're so desperate for love. And I'm not that. I've done a lot of work, a lot of self-reflection and inner work to be the person, the confident woman that I am now, to where I don't need validation from a man. So not having a man, it's not a huge issue for me, to where it keeps me up at night, or I make decisions based off of whether or not I have a man or if I'm going to meet someone. And I think that also plays a factor into me not just not meeting a lot of people, is because I literally go and do what I want, and if I don't want to do something, I don't do it. It may be a Saturday night, and guess what? If I want to go get some takeout and come back to my house and eat my food and go to sleep, then that's what I do. Instead of being out socializing and like hoping to meet someone, I'm like, I don't really feel like doing that tonight, so I'm gonna go home. So I think I'm very much so, I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it, and whatever happens, happens. I think that's also my mentality, is whatever is meant to be is meant to be. I believe that whatever is meant to happen is gonna happen. I don't stress about it. I'm not gonna stress about it, and I'm not gonna worry about when is it gonna happen, how is it gonna happen. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, whatever. I don't have a pessimistic view or outlook on dating or on men. I love men. I think that men are amazing. I am not holding on to hurt or anger from past relationships or past dating situations. Like, I've forgiven who I've needed to forgive, and I'm just like going through life, like I'm just walking through life with an upbeat tune in my head every day. I just want to remain positive and happy-go-lucky. Don't give up. Don't give in to despair. Don't spin the block on an ex. Those are my thoughts on dating. What has been you guys' experience with dating post-pandemic and dating? Pandemic was such a long time ago. I don't even know why I'm saying that. Like, girl, that was 5 years ago. But like, what has been your experience with dating within this past year or two? Like, are you guys on dating apps still? How are you meeting people? How has your experience been meeting people out and about in organic ways? Like, leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching my little dating chit chat, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.